Alexis Avila, charged with attempted murder in the case. There have been a lot of questions about her pregnancy, how long she knew she was pregnant.
I just kept hurting, and so I went to the clinic, and they told me I was pregnant, and that's when I found out.
You said it was yesterday?
Yesterday.
Dumpster diving is a popular activity, whether from necessity or just the adventure of treasure hunting. The last thing Michael Green, Hector Yeso, and April Meadow expected to find was a baby, barely alive and with the umbilical cord still attached. A frantic call to 911 soon had emergency responders on the scene. The infant was rushed to the hospital, where it was miraculously able to be stabilized. Surveillance videos from nearby stores show exactly what happened. 6 hours before the infant was found, a white car pulled up to the dumpster, and a woman, later identified as Alexis Avila, got out and removed a black trash bag from the back seat. She then hurled the bag into the dumpster, leaving the child in the 30-degree weather. All 50 states have safe haven laws enabling mothers in crisis to safely leave their newborn babies to designated people, such as hospital staff, without the risk of criminalization. In New Mexico, the law allows a parent to hand over their child safely within 90 days of their birth.
Thank you. Sorry.
Oh, no worries. That's the closest thing I found.
That's
Alright, so, mine's down in place, okay? I'm Daniel Pez. I'm an investigator here with the hospital's department. Alright, what is your name?
Alexis.
Alexis? What is your full name?
Alexis Avila.
Okay. What's your date of birth? Perfect. So before I do ask you any questions, okay, I do per policy and procedure, I read everybody their rights. It doesn't mean anything other than me making you aware of your rights and you understanding your rights. Does that make any sense? Okay. Do you need any medical attention though before we start? No? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what day of the week it is and stuff?
Friday.
Today? Friday? Okay. Alright, so there are bulletins. I'm going to read you each bulletin. If you have any questions, feel free to stop me at any point, okay? So, of course, you have the right to remain silent. You do not have to say anything at all. And anything you do say can be used against you in a court of law. Do you understand that part? Alright. Second bulletin, you have the right to an attorney before you talk to me, and you do have the right to talk to an attorney if you so desire. Do you understand that part? Alright. If you cannot pay for an attorney, the judge will appoint one for you free if you desire an attorney. Do you understand? Alright, you have the right to have your attorney present when I talk to you. Do you understand that part? Okay, and lastly, you do not have to talk to me, but if you do, you have the right to stop talking at any time. Okay? So today... Alright, so approximately about 30, okay? So 7th day, January 2022. Approximately 11:30 p.m. So, if you're willing to speak with me, if you can initial all these bulletins that you understood your rights, and print sign, and it's going to ask you at the bottom if you so want to talk to me or not, okay?
And what else do I do?
If you wish to talk to me or not, if you can just initial yes or no. Okay. Alright, so I know there's a lot, okay, to talk about, and I just want to ask you, why you think you're here, or what led us to us being here. Alright, obviously I do know information, and the last thing I want to do is, to start off on the wrong foot and for you to start, lying. There's always two sides to the story. Obviously, I'm looking at a evidence standpoint, what we were.
Avila seems a bit stunned, as if she does not fully understand the serious nature of her crime.
Called out to. I don't know what you're going through. If you're going through anything, we're all humans. Before me being a detective, I'm a father. I'm son and stuff like that. We're all human. It doesn't matter what rank we have or how old we are. All right, and that's why, I asked you to come out here and give me your side of the story. Okay, I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to question you. I'm not here to accuse you. I'm not here to, belittle you. That's not what I do. That's not my job. So my job is to investigate, and that's exactly what I'm doing. All right. So if you can, I would kindly ask you just to tell me the truth, and we'll go from there. Okay. So you want to tell me what's going on or what happened today, or what led to this?
I don't. I mean, I can tell you, but I need you to ask because then I can't tell you because I don't.
Right. Okay. So obviously I got confirmation that you were pregnant. Okay. Right.
I found that out yesterday.
You found that out yesterday?
Yesterday.
Okay. So tell me a little bit more about that.
What do you mean? Like?
So how is that you found out, or how?
Well, I've been having back pain, like really bad, and I got in an accident September of 2021.
Okay.
2 years ago. And I just thought that's what it was. And I mean, the pain comes and goes, and so I didn't really think anything much of it. And it just kept hurting, and so my mom took me to the ER, and they just said that I had some kind of spray, and I don't even know what kind it was. And they just gave me medicine for it, and it wasn't helping.
Okay. But
I still didn't think anything much of it. I gave them my urine sample and see if for infection or anything. There was nothing, I guess, I don't know. And then I just kept hurting, and so I went to the clinic, and they did a urine sample, and they told me I was pregnant, and that's when I found out.
You said it was yesterday?
Yesterday.
And where did you go? What clinic? What hospital?
The one on Del Paso.
Del Paso? Okay, which one? Lee?
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
The one under construction.
All right. Who took you?
Myself. My parents were at work.
Your parents were at work?
Yeah.
Okay. So I believe your mom said that she had accompanied you, or she took you, or she went with you?
No, she didn't.
Okay.
I went by myself.
All right. So as I mentioned you before anything, I like to speak, with the truth. Obviously, okay. I spoke to some people, and I know that back in March, is when you spoke to some people, and you told them that you were pregnant. So you had prior knowledge, all right? So I'm not going to...
Back in March?
Right,
Avila is caught in her first lie. According to witnesses, she was aware of her pregnancy months before the delivery.
No,
somebody by the name of Walker. Do you know anybody, a friend of yours, a school friend of yours that I spoke with? And she's the one that told me that you knew that you were pregnant.
Walker.
And that you did not want the child.
Walker.
Her mom is a nurse at the hospital. She was a friend of yours. You don't know anybody by that name?
No.
No?
Not a Walker.
Okay. Well, that's her mom's last name. But I spoke with her, and she's the one that told me, obviously, that you knew, had prior knowledge. All right. Like I said, if you got to be straightforward.
I don't know. I swear I don't know a Walker.
Okay. So, anyway, explain to me as far as what happened today. How did your day start today?
The same as any other day. Well, it was for the past couple of days.
Okay.
I was in pain. I just thought I was, what is it called? I can't think straight. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I know there's a lot. I understand there's a lot going on.
Where you can't poop.
Okay. Constipation?
Yeah, I just thought that's what it was. And
Okay, so you...
literally whole day, and I would go to sleep and then go back to the restroom, and go to sleep and go back to the restroom.
Mm-hmm.
Just the same thing.
Okay, so what time did your day start?
I couldn't tell you, to be honest.
Okay. So you don't know what time you woke up, or are you working? Do you go to school?
I go to school, but I haven't been to school this week.
Yeah,
and I didn't have work today.
Okay. Where are you working at?
Martinville.
Okay. So you haven't been going to school this whole week?
No.
No? Because you've been sick, or?
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't know what time you woke up. Obviously a lot happened, okay?
Right.
So I just
yeah,
want to
no,
get
I,
a time frame as far as...
I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Okay. You don't know what time you wake up, but
No.
you woke up.
Yeah, right.
At your parents' house where you live?
Yes.
What's your address?
809 West Mackenzie.
Okay. You woke up there? You live with your parents?
Right.
Okay. What did you do when you woke up?
I went to the restroom.
Okay.
I was in pain. I was up all night I was asleep, and I go to the restroom, and just all hours of the night, all day today.
Okay. So what happened after you started going to the restroom?
I just went back to sleep because I couldn't go.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then after that, what did she do?
What do you mean?
Yeah, I mean, obviously...
It was repetitive, and then my dad went to the store and got me some pills. I don't even know what they were, but they were supposed to help me poop. And I took it, and I went back to sleep, and I stayed asleep for I don't even know how long.
Okay.
And then I woke up, and I just kept trying to use the restroom, and I'd go back to sleep, and it's repetitive, sir.
What happened after that?
What do you mean?
So obviously, I mean, you and I know what happened. I mean,
well, yeah, but like I can't tell you if you like. I'm not a very good explanation.
Okay. So obviously you gave birth to a child.
Right.
I'm trying to find out where it happened, how it happened, or what led to that and stuff like that.
I went to sleep, and then I woke up, and I went to the restroom, and I was just trying, and then it came out, and I thought it was poop, and then it wasn't.
Okay. So you were where? At your house?
Yeah, I was by myself.
You were by yourself?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, that's not normal, right?
Right.
Okay, what happened after that?
I was in a panic. I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
I was scared.
Okay. What did you do after?
I cleaned myself, and I just left it where it was, and I was scared, and I was trying to call my mom, but I couldn't because I was so scared. I think she's gonna hate me.
Okay. What made you think that?
Just because I just turned 18. I haven't been 18 for a month. And I'm the baby.
Right.
When describing what happened immediately after the birth, Avila claims she was afraid and did not know what to do. It is more likely that she was just trying to figure out a way to dispose of the baby without getting caught. Although her voice is quivering, there are no real tears, and she keeps emphasizing her age to gain sympathy.
I understand. That's a lot to take, okay, and that's why I'm here, getting your side of the story. You were home alone, or who was
No, I was by myself.
You were by yourself? Okay, and this happened where? In the restroom? Your restroom? You guys have separate restrooms? Yeah.
No, there's one restroom.
There's one restroom? Okay. What did you do after the fact?
What do you mean?
What happened? I mean, obviously...
Like, I was just cleaning. I was scared. I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
And I just wrapped it in a towel.
Okay. Did you ever thought of contacting, an ambulance, a fire department, go out there and check you out?
I didn't do that. I was scared. I didn't know what to do.
Okay, scared of what exactly?
The baby. It was nowhere.
Right. But you're telling me that you knew yesterday, right?
Yeah, but I didn't know I didn't know how, and I didn't know nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I knew, but I didn't, know it was coming today.
Right. So it was unexpected.
Right.
You weren't expecting it to happen.
No.
Did you contact anybody?
No.
Okay, you said you didn't contact your mom?
No, I tried, but I couldn't. I was scared.
Okay, so there's a difference between being scared. I mean, I understand you're young, you don't know, obviously, but if both you and I know that pregnancies, they're pretty obvious. Your stomach starts growing, you got several different symptoms and stuff like that.
I didn't know nothing.
Right.
I didn't have nothing. I just thought I was gaining weight. I was eating more. Nothing changed.
So you're in the restroom, you give birth, you wrap it into a towel. What is that? Your towel? What color towel?
I don't even remember, to be honest.
Okay, so what was your next act? What else did you do after that?
I just left and I drove around and I just put it to where I put it.
Okay, where are we talking about?
Put
it where? I mean, obviously I know where you went and you didn't put.
Right, like I had the trash bag in the car.
Okay.
If you couldn't tell, the car is messy. But I put it.
So.
And then I put it in the bag. I took it to the car. When I was in the car, I had 2 trash bags.
Okay.
I took one with me, which is the one that I had, and then I put it again, and then I drove around and I didn't know what to do, and I just put it in there.
Okay. Where did you go?
What do you mean?
Where did you drive to?
JCPenney's. I was in that area.
Avila describes putting the baby in a trash bag, but continues to say she did not know what she was going to do. Clearly, she had some idea, or she would have left the baby in the towel. Putting something in a trash bag usually indicates an intent to throw something away.
I live in that area.
So where did you throw the garbage bag?
In the trash.
In the trash? Okay, did you lock it up, seal it up?
With the hair tie.
I'm sorry?
With the hair tie.
With the hair tie?
But I don't even think it stuck because it was broke.
Okay. So
We're on the verge of breaking.
Okay, were you by yourself in the car?
I was by myself the whole time.
Okay. You never notified anybody?
No.
Okay. So you grabbed your hair tie and just wrapped it around the bag?
Yeah.
Both bags? Or?
No. I guess, yeah.
What color was the bag?
Black.
The black bag. So you put the hair tie around the black bag? All right. So
I don't even think it stayed, to be honest. Like I said, it was broke. Like it was on the verge of breaking.
Right. Did you place it there? Did you throw it there? What did you do?
What do you mean?
I mean, the
like
trash.
In the trash, I just when I tossed it
was
in
it a normal trash can, like one of those that they pick up, the city picks up, or a bigger trash can, or what?
The bigger trash can.
Well, what kind of trash can were we talking about?
Like the bigger ones, I guess.
Okay. What color was the trash can?
Green. Aren't they all green?
So you just went and placed it inside or outside, or?
Inside.
Alrighty. So obviously you're 18 years of age. You know right from wrong, right?
Right.
Okay. So you wrap around a newborn inside a trash bag.
In a panic. I just turned 18.
Right.
It's not like I've been.
Again, Avila tells the detective that she is 18, as if that somehow excuses her actions. Disturbingly, she laughs, as if this is not a big deal.
18 forever.
Exactly. But if somebody were to wrap you inside a trash can and put a tie on it, and you're not able to move.
Well, the tie was broke. Like I would be able to stick my hand in there.
What do you think would have happened?
What do you mean?
So what do you think would have happened? You never notified law enforcement. You never called for EMS.
I'm still in.
What do you think was going to happen?
I don't know.
You don't know what would have happened.
Well, obviously I know, but and I'm in a panic. There's a baby in front of me.
Okay. You never notified your mom?
Never.
No, you never notified anybody?
Nobody.
Okay, so it's not normal behavior from any reasonable person to do what you did.
What do you mean?
It's not.
In a panic when I just turned 18?
Right. It still isn't, though. We're talking about a baby.
Well, I know what you mean, but like, I get what you mean. I know.
Okay. Let me take a small break, okay? I'll be right back.
Can my mom come in here when you're gone?
Well, you're 18, you're of age, okay? So,
I know.
unless you were juvenile, then that would change things. But give me just a minute. I'll be right back.
Not even while you're out of the room?
Let me see what I can do, okay? All right. Back to where we left off. I appreciate you, telling me what happened and stuff. What did you do after the fact? I know. What time more or less was it? Do you remember? Do you recall?
Like 2:15 maybe, somewhere around that time.
Okay, that's when you dropped off the baby?
Somewhere, I believe so, yeah.
Okay. What did you do after the fact?
I drove around, continued to drive around.
Continue to drive around? To do what?
Just, I don't know, just to clear to figure out what to do.
Okay. What else? I mean, where'd you go? Where'd you end up going? Where did you do?
I ended up going to my house.
You ended up going to your house? What did you do after?
Dude, when I went to my house, I just sat on my bed and I was trying to figure out what I was supposed to do, what to do.
At any point, did you make anybody aware of it?
No, I was still in shock.
Okay. Nobody found out? Nobody knew about it? Okay. Were your parents back home at the time? You were home alone? Okay. Did you seek any medical attention or no? Did you think about, what could have happened or what, could end up happening to the baby?
Yeah.
Okay.
My mom said it was in love, but is it okay?
Okay. They'll be briefing me here as we go, so last I heard the baby's okay. Okay. So, did it ever cross your mind to let anybody know, contact law enforcement, go back?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm still in shock the whole time. When my parents got home, they just didn't tell them I was still in shock. I was just in my room.
You're in your room? Okay. Did you ever leave the home afterwards? Did you go anywhere?
No.
Did you talk to your parents when they got home?
Yeah, eventually, but I didn't say anything.
Mm-hmm. So your parents had no knowledge?
No knowledge, absolutely not.
And what if I were to tell you that they did have knowledge?
What do you mean?
They told me they didn't know about it. What would you say then?
How? Because I didn't even know.
Okay. You didn't know, but yesterday you found out?
I mean, what do you mean? Because I feel like we're talking about two different things, and it's not going well.
We're talking about a baby that was thrown in the trash like
Yes.
garbage, right? And it's a human being. That's what we're talking about.
My knowledge is when they found out was when the officer showed up at my house.
Okay, so I'm talking about the knowledge of you being pregnant, obviously.
Oh.
Because I know that you knew back when you found out you were pregnant, and it wasn't yesterday. That's what I know.
I swear to God it was.
Okay, I don't, like I said, I don't go that route, but I know. And I do my investigation prior to even talking to you and, coming out here and interviewing you. Okay, as I told you, I'm not here to judge you. There's two sides to the story, but if you're going to come and tell me that you found out you were pregnant yesterday, and I know that's a lie.
Well, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Then it changes things because I don't appreciate that.
Right. I found out I was pregnant yesterday.
Okay.
Because I heard it. The doctor showed me. I knew back in whenever, but I didn't know. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Like I was like, oh, it's whatever.
Avila tries to walk back her claim that she only knew she was pregnant a day before she delivered by saying that was when she officially found out. Even if that was the case, it doesn't change the fact that she knew without a doctor having to tell her.
So you knew back whenever? When is this? What are we talking about?
Back in August.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit before that.
All right. So yesterday, whenever you went to the doctor, how far along did they tell you you were?
They didn't say.
They didn't tell you?
No.
Okay. So
that's how I didn't know it was coming today.
Mm-hmm. All right. So obviously I'm not a girl, I'm a guy. But I know women have menstrual periods. So how can you not know?
I had my menstrual period every month.
Okay. So that never changed?
Never.
So, but you knew back in August?
I took 2. One was positive, one was negative. I took the negative, I didn't.
Okay. What about, as far as you the gaining weight, any movement, anything like that?
No, sir.
Okay. So, back in June, you had an incident. I guess you ran away from home. Were you having?
I guess you could say ran away.
Okay. Was it as a result of this, and
no,
you having
no.
problems with?
It was a completely different matter.
Okay. So is this the father of your baby, the person you were having issues with, or you were sending messages to your mom, suicidal messages, saying that you were going to be with God, and cops were called out to your address in June? Is it, does this have to do, to me, it obviously...
It has nothing to do with him, absolutely nothing.
This is not the person that is responsible for your baby, or... I know this is a lot of questions I'm asking, I'm just trying to figure out, I said, I'm not here to...
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it's not a result of this.
He had nothing to do, it was...
Right, so it's not him. Is there somebody we need to talk to? I mean, did he do something to you?
No.
That would lead to this?
No.
Did he? No?
No.
Okay, but you do know who is the father of the baby?
Yes.
Okay, but he did?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you mind sharing his name?
Stephen Astorga.
Okay. Stephen Astorga?
Yes, sir.
How do you spell the last name?
Astorga.
Okay. Do you happen to know his date of birth by chance?
I don't. Sorry.
Do you know more or less how old he is?
He's 16. 17. Okay. One of those.
16 or 17?
Yes.
Y'all dated for how long?
About 1.5 years.
Okay. So I'm assuming you met in school?
Yes.
Do you mind me asking what happened, or what did y'all break up?
We broke up. We just wasn't working out.
Okay. When did y'all break up?
When?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't even remember.
You don't remember? More or less? A year ago?
About August, I think.
Around August?
When asked when she broke up with the baby's father, Avila hedges before answering. It is more than possible that it happened at the same time she ran away and sent her mother those upsetting messages. But admitting that might prove that she was sure she was pregnant.
Yeah, sometime when, the beginning of school.
Okay. So you said things weren't working out?
Yeah.
So obviously, if you know enough for you to tell me that he's obviously the father of your child, you should have known when you got pregnant, right?
Honestly, not really.
Not really. But you're able to tell me who it is, so...
Well, he was the only one I've ever been with.
A reasonable person would say that you knew when you got pregnant.
Not, with all due respect, not necessarily. Because, I mean...
Okay. I'm just... putting it out there. You gave me information, obviously, but he didn't do anything as far as to lead you to do this? Did he? Nothing? Okay. Did you just think you would be better off without a child because you're too young?
No, Wait, sorry, go backtrack. What do you mean?
I'm trying to reason as far as
what is in my head? Or what?
I'm trying to reason your actions. That's what I'm trying to find out.
Oh.
Yeah, a reason behind your actions.
I knew I was too young, but I knew I would be able to do, I'm about to graduate school. Mm-hmm. School's not my worry. I have a stable job. Money's not. a worry for me.
Okay.
So I would be able to, if the baby's okay, I want it.
Avila is not doing herself any favors. She admits that she had no concern that she would be able to take care of the baby. She was on track to graduate, had a decent job, and was living with her parents. She then goes on to say that she wants the baby if it has survived what she did to it. But that is highly unlikely to happen.
Good. And what if I told you the baby was dead? What would change then?
Nothing.
All right. What's a good phone number we can reach you at?
575.
Mm-hmm.
Would I be able to give you my mom's number, or do I have to give you mine since I'm over the age?
Your phone number, yeah, your stuff.
318-7757.
All right. And again, I'm going to ask you, do you need any medical? I know you gave birth, obviously. It's not something normal. It's not something you do every day. Do you need us to call an ambulance out here? I mean, my word is your well-being.
Yeah, no, obviously. I know. I don't feel the need, but I
mean, you're 18 years of age.
Right.
If anything, you can at least get checked out. It's up to you.
Would my mom be able to take me?
Yeah, that's completely up to you. I mean, I'm just asking you right now if you need somebody to come check you out.
Well, I prefer not here.
Okay.
But so maybe my mom could take me somewhere.
Okay. Perfect. Let me just take one last break and I'll be right back, okay?
And my mom still can't come in here?
Like I said, you're
not in here.
The interrogation ends, and Avila still doesn't understand that she is being treated as an adult, and her mother cannot be with her.
All right, I understand. Let me go talk to you. We're good. Your mom's in number 2. I don't know if you want to go in there. And officers will come get you in a few, okay? All right.
Alexis Avila was arraigned in a Lea County courtroom, where she pleaded not guilty to the charges of attempted first-degree murder and child abuse. Avila is currently under house arrest. She cannot leave her house except to go to school, a job, medical or psychological counseling, or to church if her family attends as well. Her trial is set for April 14th, 2023. Thank you for watching. Check out my Patreon link in the description below and drop a like on this video. Also, don't forget to leave a comment. I'm always curious to read what you thought of the case.